So the year is just flying by. I wanted to do a few quick announcements while we wait for Amber to get on. We are at the end of the month and it is crunch time. We are part of the Cup. Get out there and step out of your comfort zone. Reach out to people in the team that you are seeing who are having wild success. I've seen a lot of people who immediately, as soon as they become coaches or in their first couple months, they're hitting SC10 or over. So get with them and, ask them for some tips and some pointers, because sometimes the things that I tell you may fall on deaf ears or may not be the right thing to say. And sometimes something another coach can give you help on can just snap and trigger something in your mind. So if you're struggling, don't stop right there. That's all I have to say is be here a year from now, work around the obstacles, find somebody else to help you, find a success partner. That's one thing that I'm really big on in our team is finding somebody else outside of just me or your sponsor to help you get through this. Make sure that you're plugging into the team pages, especially if you're one of my personally sponsored coaches. I have my team page just for you guys with lots of training and the national wake-up call, the weekly team calls that we have are all here to help you. And if you need anything, just reach out to me or your sponsor or any of the leaders in the group. We're here to help you because, we can't help you if you're struggling, if we don't know what's going on. I wanted to share with you my screen here to show you something. What are we going to show you? Oh, we have the 4-week coach boot camp. If you search it for in your events, we have it coming up on March 7th. One thing that I wanted to let you know is that I am doing this one on video format because I found that if there was anything long and that needed to be read, most people didn't read it. And I'm one of those people too. If you post a long post, unless it's really captivating in that first line, I personally don't read it. So I thought we do these videos, short, sweet, to the point. And so you're invited to take part of this if you're part of Team Relentless. However, one thing that I tell you, if you're a new coach, I understand that you're hungry and you're wanting to learn all that you can. But if you're participating in a group training or a coach basics or whatever your coach calls it, and mine at the same time, it is really actually the same information. It may be shared a little bit differently, but you're going to get overloaded with too many training groups. So I highly recommend that you pick one group and you stick with it and you give your all to it to learn as much as you can without getting overloaded. I wanted to also share with you the playlist that I've set up for you. So this is one thing that I'm here to guide you as your upline coach. I'm here to guide you as your sponsor if I am your coach. But there's so much about coaching that really you need to work on hands-on, because I'm not the CEO of your business. You are. So, but I do put up, things to help guide you and train you. But I've set up playlists right here for getting started with the basics. If you are a new coach, of how to set up your websites, how to get started, because so many people say, I don't even know what to do. And I've created short little videos. And if you are a new coach who have sponsored coaches and you don't have a training system in place, you are more than welcome to use this. The next one is coach expectations, and the one launching your business. A lot of these videos are going to be used in the 7-week boot camp, but I just wanted to show you where it was and where it was located. And it's something that you can point your coaches in if you are a new coach. So I do really recommend that instead of saying, hey, go watch this, that you explain to them why they need to watch it. Because remember what it's like to be a new coach. I see a lot of tagging, hey, watch this, but make sure that and you may be doing it behind the scenes, but make sure you're explaining to them why these videos are important and maybe even who I am if I'm just the upline involved. But I wanted to let you know about those, about the boot camp that's starting on March 7th, and you're more than welcome to bring on your new coaches to be part of this training group as well if you'd like, or you can do it as a refresher. The only requirement that I have, and this is something that I tell everybody, and if this is a new coach, you may not have heard this, but if you participate in any of my challenge groups or any of my training groups and put your challengers or your personally sponsored coaches in there, don't dump them in there and then expect me to train them, because they built the relationship with you and they built the trusting relationship with you, and they signed because of you. It may be great to get me as part of the package deal, but just make sure that you don't dump them in there and expect me to check in with them, because that's happened in the past and people have gotten lost in the mix, and I really hate for that to happen. Keep pushing. Like I said, we have a lot of promos on sale. One thing that I've been going too is telling a lot of my home direct customers that, you know, if they don't have 21-day fix or they don't have size, that they can call into customer service and upgrade their current Shakeology order, whether it's shipped or it's about to ship, to the challenge pack. That way they can get size or 21-day fix or 21-day fix extreme as for $10 extra. And I also say, you know, while you're at it, you can sign up as a coach for a discount as well. So that's a great way to really offer up the coach opportunity to your current home direct customers. So anyways, enough of my rambling. Next week though, I want you to definitely tune in because we have Lindsay Catarnio on. She was in the PIO test group with me. She's really amazing. She's an introvert. She is a accountant by nature. So, and it's one thing that so many coaches don't realize is that everybody thinks that you have to be so bold and outspoken. And most of coaches are really shy and withdrawn and introverted. And this is a great way for us to be the people we want to be with the protection of a screen or a keyboard. So you'll learn a lot from her. She's very analytical and she teaches her team a whole lot different than I do. So you could probably learn a lot from her. She is actually the sponsor of Megan Evelson, who is one of the, I think she ended as number 4 or something, or 7 last, I don't remember, but she was in the top 10. And Lindsay is also part of the Millionaire Club. So you definitely won't want to miss that at all. So anyways, getting to our guest speaker, we have Amber on here. One thing that I realized that I was lacking in this business was accountability. Everybody who's followed me or everybody who has been part of my team or part of Diesel Nation, they all have known my stories and the ups and downs and the things that have happened throughout my life and the crazy stuff. And you know, what I realized is that whenever I tried to work with somebody as a success partner, most of them were always my friends. And you know, there's such leniency there. If I'm slacking, then you know, they understand my story and they go easy on me. And the great thing about accountability partner is you're basically giving somebody permission to kick your ass and hold you accountable to your own goals. So it's one thing I posted was in a couple of groups, and Amber was actually the first person to respond. I did kind of an interview process, and I worked with a few people, but she's the one that stuck. And we really based our working relationship on where we were at right now and the common goals that we had and where we were going and just our personality types and what we were both lacking. And you know, there's so many times when you have a coach, you have a great coach, but you need other things from it. And I know by all means, if I'm your coach, I really don't provide everything. So I want you to be able to get all of your needs met. And the best thing to do is find somebody that doesn't know you. And if you're a new coach and join at the same time as another new coach who's part of Team Relentless, it's totally cool to team up with them because they don't know anything about you. And you definitely want to grow a great relationship with them and friendship with them. But in the beginning, it's kind of nice to know nothing about them because they definitely can kick your ass in the right direction. And you start off on a business track. So I wanted her to speak on our team call because she has an amazing story. She too deals with anxiety and depression, and like I do, but still has maintain a successful business. She went from 1-star to 3-star and then 5-star and elite. And there's a lot of things that she has used as non-negotiables in her business to help her be successful. So I am more than happy to welcome Amber to our call. I'm going to unmute you, Amber. There you go.
Hi. Can everyone hear me okay?
I can.
Okay. Everyone else? All right, great. Anyway, like she said, my name is Amber Duch, and I love that Mindy and I are success partners. And yes, I was the first person because I kind of got stuck. When you've been coaching for a while, you get kind of stuck in this comfort zone and you're just work. And just like she said, you need some accountability. And it's not just talking to your best friend that's on your team, or, you know, that sort of thing. Mindy and I speak daily. We'll voice message. We try to get on a Zoom call once a week, and we just talk about things and how we can better our business and better everything for our teams. So if you don't have a success partner, find one. There's a sheet that Mindy can send over to you if it's not already in her team files. And it's just kind of like a matchmaker sheet. And you really want to find someone that you're compatible with, but I didn't know Mindy before. And we hit it off, and it's been great, and I love having her, and I'm honored to be on this call tonight. A little about me. My name is Amber Duch. I started my journey in March of 2012. March 3rd, actually, a friend of mine, she lives about a mile from me. I live in a small town in Arkansas. And I had really no idea what Beachbody was, but she kept saying, "Oh, Turbo Fire, it was new and everything." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" The only thing that I'd seen are Insanity commercials, and I was like, "That is insane. There's no freaking way I can do that. I'm out of shape. I've had 2 babies back to back. I gained 50 pounds each. I was just out of shape. Didn't have a lot of confidence. Dealt with social anxiety, but." I was brave enough to show up in her garage with a bunch of girls, some I knew, some I didn't, totally out of shape, and tried this Turbo Fire workout. So I was instantly hooked. I came home and told my husband, I'm like, I'm buying a freaking challenge pack right now. I didn't have any money. I think I charged it on a credit card. And I could not wait for it to come in. I had amazing results, lost 25 pounds, 25 inches. But she kept asking me to coach, and I was very skeptical. And I would ask my husband every night when the kids would go to bed, should I do this? Because I was a school teacher, and then I became a stay-at-home mom because daycare was going to be very expensive, and it was going to be about the same as my private school teacher salary. So I'm like, forget this. I'm going to stay at home. We were broke. We were living on one income. And he said, Amber, do it. You're sending everyone over to her anyway. So, gain some confidence, step outside of that comfort zone. You can do it. You have the personality, and just reach out. So I became a coach about 2 or 3 months later. Right at the end of the 90-day program, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I had 200 friends on Facebook. Half of them were my family, my best friends, or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this. So I shared my story. All of these people started coming to me. They were inspired. I didn't go into it thinking that I was going to make a lot of money overnight because I'm smarter than that, and that's not what I was wanting to do. I was wanting to help people feel the way that I felt and gain the confidence that I did and feel good about their bodies again, and help mommies and just help men and women, but mainly women, just gain that self-confidence back and like I said, feel good about themselves. So I started reaching out. I started I don't even think it was the what's the list that you get out the where you write everything down, Mindy. Anyway, there's a list, and it has everyone that you've known from like high school, and your hairstylist and an attorney. And
contact list, and the memory jogger. That's what it is.
Memory jogger, ultimate memory jogger. It's awesome. When I use it, I sign up the most coaches that month. I mean, it's amazing. You really do just start thinking about all these people. I think at the time I just got out a sheet of paper, and I was like, okay, I'm going to write down 100 names. So I started adding people slowly to Facebook, and started just reaching out, started helping people, sharing my story. I'm sure that I completely sucked at first, and they were going and buying Turbo Fire, and they weren't buying the challenge pack. My coach was new. She didn't really know what she was doing. Back then when Mindy and I started, there weren't all of these great training videos that Mindy provides. There wasn't the coach basics. There weren't all of these things. There was like the Coach Training Academy, and pretty much you just kind of had to go on your own and learn as you go. And so that's what I did. And I got better. And I knew that challenge packs were everything you need, all the pieces of the puzzle, okay? Because you're gonna get better results if you have the Shakeology in your program. We all know that. And then I figured out, Success Club, made it non-negotiable. It's a standard in the business. It's not all about being in sales. You're being selfish if you don't provide this for someone. It's the way that you're going to grow your freaking business, because you're going to have challengers, right? They're going to get results. And then what happens? You grow your team. Plus with Success Club points, now they have it. And if you're a new coach in the first 3 months, you earn a free ticket to Summit. Everybody needs to be at Summit, right? You can earn free trips. You get to work out with celebrity trainers. You get to take pictures. And every single time that I come back from an event like Summit or a Beachbody trip, I went on a cruise. We went to Cancun. We're getting ready to go on another cruise. You take all these pictures, and I get back and people are like, that looks amazing. Like, that's what you do for your job. I mean, seriously, I want to talk about this coaching thing because it's fun and it's just inspiring to be around corporate. It's inspiring to be around other Beachbody coaches and have conversations with these people. And it's just awesome. So I really blew up my business. I kind of came in late in the game to as far as the Disney trip. So it was the cruise that we went to Grand Cayman in 2014. We went to Grand Cayman and we went to Cozumel, Mexico. So that January at Super Saturday, I'm pretty sure that I was scared to spend the money, the $250 it was to register. But I said to my husband, by God, I am going to earn this trip for us. Because, being a stay-at-home mom, living on one income, we didn't get to travel a lot. In fact, it was years before, 10 years, that we went on our honeymoon that we had ever been away from our children and been on a trip. So I'm like, I'm going to do this. So by May, I earned that trip with Success Club points. Of course, I hit it every single month and got the travel cash. And we had a blast. We flew out to Fort Lauderdale. We got to reconnect again, had an amazing time. And, it was just always non-negotiable. I'm a Success Club Legend, which means you hit it 24 consecutive months. I always make it non-negotiable in my business because, like I said, you're building a business, and every single point that you earn, every Success Club point is a person that you're helping. And you're being selfish if you're not helping people. And I'm not saying that you can't invite them to these free 5-day challenges, or if they just really want to buy a program and you switch them over and they get another challenge pack with Shaco later. But seriously, if you worked at Best Buy and you help 3 people a month, and you were in sales or something, you're not going to make any freaking money. You're going to get fired. You can't get fired from this job because you're your own boss. But just look at it that way. It's just standard in the business. Also, it grows your income. For one, we know that we make retail commission, which that's awesome. I think as an Emerald coach, at one time I had 30 people on Shaco HD. That was great. I was making a lot of money. And then eventually you start converting these people over and you build your team. And then when you build your team, you have this awesome thing called Team Cycle Bonus. So if you're a new coach and you don't know about it, don't get overwhelmed. But that's how I steadily started growing my business, selling these challenge packs, making Success Club 10 and above. Even 5's okay. That means you're helping 3 people a month, and you should at least be doing that. So I quickly grew my team to become a diamond coach. So then they started helping people, and and then you get some rock stars. I became a 1-star, like Mindy said, and then that was in 8 months. Then I went to, in 6 months, a 3-star, and 6 months later, and then 5-star in 7 months. That was December 2014, and then I was a 2014 elite coach. I actually, the year before, had the elite premier points, but I didn't have the number of coaches. You have to have 2 to be premier, and at least 2, and then you have to have 5 coaches to become an elite coach, which it's not all about rank, but when you look at this business, the opportunity is there. I was making crap money, and when I started, my paychecks were not very big, but I can remember jumping up and down saying to my husband, Steven, I paid for both of us, I think it was like me even, to pay for my Shakeology. Like, my Shakeology is free. Now your Shakeology is free. Then I was like, I just made our car payment in 1 month. And then it was the mortgage payment. And then it just grew and grew and grew to where after a few years, I was making what I made in a month teaching full-time, working part-time hours, and making that amount in a week. It was just incredible to watch, so inspiring, because like I said, I'm just this little small town Arkansas girl, and I was like, if I can do it, you can too. But I'm telling you, from day one, I was consistent, I was persistent, and I was unfreaking stoppable. And that's how I ran the business. And I didn't work tons and tons of hours. I worked smart. I reached out. I followed the 3 vital behaviors, and I just kicked butt. And guys, this business is not hard if you take it seriously. And you can't go, okay, I'm just going to give up because all of these people told me no. Sometimes like 90% of people are going to tell you no. But what about the other percentage? And then those people help other people. And take a look around you. Seriously, look how many people there are in the United States that are overweight. I live in one of the number one most obese state in the nation. So there are so many people that need our help. They don't want to go to the gym. They don't know what to do at the gym. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I think the gym's fine. They don't have the clothes to wear to the gym. They don't have the child care. And, now that our programs, of course, we're going to have a 22-minute one, but we have coming out next month, but T25, the 21-day fix. These are 30-minute programs. We know that they work. And they come with the nutrition guide, so it takes the guesswork out of it. It's awesome. That's what I tell people. I'm like, you're pretty much crazy if you don't do this. You've seen my results. Here's someone else's results. Do it. Maybe if they don't want to do it, hey, can you give me a referral of someone that may be interested in doing it? So you just have to think about the people that you can help. You're definitely going to have to add your contact list because you're going to exhaust your warm market. And you just have to remember that in the first few weeks or month or maybe even a couple of months, it took me almost 2 months to become Emerald, 10 months to become Diamond. I mean, all of this just didn't happen overnight. And if you see that this happens to some top coaches, that's okay. And that's awesome. But that doesn't mean that everyone's on the same pace. And what the income is provided for us and our family is insane. Now we can take our family on vacations where we could never afford it. There's no way that my daughter could have done competitive gymnastics. It's very, very expensive. My son plays sports. We were able to put both of them in private schools. And, that's a lot of money. There's no way without Beachbody, no way that we could afford those things. So, I don't know where our lives would be without Beachbody. And this is in under 4 years. So Mindy, did you want me to? Okay, I was going to tell you something else that's non-negotiable. We didn't talk about this. Being on these calls, okay, this is part of your personal development and inviting your team to be on them. I think Mindy records them, and that's awesome. But be on live and just make that something that you do. I know that we all have families. I have 2 kids in there, 3 dogs, a husband. I'm sure they're hungry. But, just be on. They're not that long. I have never missed a Super Saturday in almost my 4 years of coaching. I was this scared little girl coming. I think they even asked me to speak. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. Now I host Super Saturdays here in Central Arkansas, which, that's a big step from me coming to my first one. But I've never missed one. I've missed a soccer game. I've missed a basketball game. And that's okay because now what it's provided is a lifestyle of freedom where I can pick up and I can take my kids on a vacation because I missed that one soccer game that they don't remember that my husband videoed and everything's okay because I was going to be there. Summit, any kind of event, all these live events, they're non-negotiable too. And being there, and I think that's what I've been really good at too, is rallying my team to be at these events too with me. Let's see. I think that's pretty much all. Is that all that you wanted me to cover? I just want to leave with a quote. I was going to say what Mindy said, be here a year from now. Be here a year from now. And, just be so consistent and persistent and just think about all of the people that you can help. And hopefully you listened to Janelle's call yesterday. It's incredible. I'm going to listen to it like 3 more times. So did everyone listen to it? Okay. And like I said, I'm just small town Arkansas. I didn't have any kind of fitness background. I had no sales background. Remember, I had those 200 friends on Facebook. And I just took it, ran with it, and wanted it badly enough and took the no's. I've taken naysayers. I've had people unfriend me on Facebook, block me on Facebook, family that, like, I'm just going to pat you on your head. Oh, yeah, good job. This is a great thing. They think they don't take the job seriously. They think I just work out and sit at home all day. I think, but I don't. And I love it. I think it's great. So know where you're going and have a clear vision of your goals and dreams. And if you write that down, just like I told you when I said, I'm going to take us on this vacation and I'm going to earn it. And when I paid that deposit and I put the skin in the game, if you've heard Tara Carr's, you can go back and listen to her call. It was just everything changed. And it was the same thing at the beginning of the year for me to be a 2014 elite coach. I said, I'm going to do it. And I didn't start off as a 5-star or even a 4-star or 3-star. I said, I'm going to do this. And I did. Does anyone have any questions? Don't be shy.
One thing that I wanted, did somebody have a question? Okay.
Okay. What's your name?
Where'd she go? She there? Where,
I see her, but like.
I unmuted her. Hold on. Okay, I'm muted.
Okay. Mindy, did you just, you stopped my video.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I was trying to undo you. I was trying to.
Yeah.
There you go.
Unmute. All right, start my video.
All right.
Okay. Video, oh, whatever, you can't start it. Okay, I got it. All right, so here's what I was curious about.
Okay.
So you and me are now success partners, and how has that changed your business since you guys became success partners? I'm like super curious to hear how that has helped both of you, and how long have you been success partners?
I think we've been about a little over a month, and just Amber's helped me with some things that, you know, everybody's team runs differently. And I know, Danielle, you're not part of our team, but you're in our group too. And you've learned stuff from me, and I've, learned stuff from you. And that's the biggest thing, is so many teams have a certain way of doing it. It's the only way they know to do it. And it's basically everyone's doing the same thing, but everybody learns differently. And so Amber and I've just shared back and forth, and just we can understand each other with the anxiety and depression. So I know that, if she's struggling one day or I'm struggling, we just understand it. And, she's that extra person telling me that I'm doing awesome. And I, tell her the same thing, because I think all of us can understand, especially for like me being in this business for 4 years. My coach has ran out of things to say to pump me up. It's like, woohoo, whoop, whoop, congratulations, way to go, I'm so proud of you. But then when you have somebody brand new that is cheering you on, it's like, it doesn't fall on deaf ears. I don't know if that makes sense, but it is.
It's a new cheerleader. And we also share things like, she shares so many things with me, and I do with her, just like visuals and things like that, or how I do my power hour, and then, she can kind of change it up, and then we just bounce ideas off of one another. And it's just, like I said, having that accountability there. And if it's just, we're so busy and it's just that voice message or just a Facebook message or whatever, like, how are you doing, sister? And I'm like, oh, she was out of town. I'm like, I hit Success Club today, and that sort of thing. That's what it is.
Well, and when I went to Atlanta, we both talked when we kind of interviewed each other in the beginning. We talked about how we both have ADD, and we just, are all over the place. And I posted, one day that was 9 o'clock at night. I was supposed to leave the next morning for Atlanta, and she texted me. She's like, get your ass up and go pack, and so it doesn't have to be all beach body. And really, what I tell everybody in this business is, you can never be loved too much. You can never love too much. You can never have enough friends or family. And so to me, it's like having a success partner is just like the benefits out there, like having an extra person to love on you and love back and learn from. I mean,
it's in personal development. Like, this is my favorite thing, and I didn't know about it, and maybe send something over to her and like, oh, wow, that's so smart. Or I got these little trinket things for 99 cents from Walmart, and I put them in a card that says "You Rock," and sent them out to my coaches. And she was like, wow, it's inexpensive. That's such a great idea. It says Inspire on the back. It says 2016. It was out with the Valentine things. I bought everything and went to the next Walmart. Hey Walmart. I went in there and bought everything, and my coaches loved them. So those are the sorts of things that you can talk about, and it does become a friendship. I mean, I can't wait to actually meet her in person on the cruise, and we'll just talk more about business. And it's just inspiring, it's motivating, and it's extra accountability.
That's what I was going to say when she was talking about the whole cruise. I remember whenever I signed up, I went to the Success Club trip in Disney, and that really changed a lot for my business, because our families got to meet one another, and Ryan got to meet everyone. And but when I paid the deposit for the Success Club trip she went on the first cruise, it was $250, and for me it was scary, not because if anything, other than the fact that I didn't have a passport at the time, and if any of you have been around and know what I went through with my adopted parents and my citizenship, you understand how scary it was. But I am so thankful, honestly, that happened, because it pushed me, because I had just settled before, because it was so hard to, deal with my adopted parents, so hard to figure out my citizenship, that I just was like, screw it, I'm just going to be stuck in the United States forever. I really wasn't dreaming big, so I really didn't care that I was going to be stuck in Texas forever. But, that pushed me to go do something. And then I realized that there was times that I just wanted to give up because it was depressing. It was frustrating. I spent hours and hours on the phone with, INS and the government and the passport agency. And it took, 10 months to get my passport. And there were still issues after that. But it really helped me on so many levels, because people on the team helped me. I realized that I'm not a quitter. And then I've gotten to experience all of these trips with somebody that took me out of the country, and it made me realize that I'm not that scared person who just stays in a little bubble. So it's so funny how what I've been saying so much to people lately is that one decision literally can bring you to another decision and another decision and another decision that can open up opportunities, or one decision that you make can literally change and alter your ability to succeed. So that's one thing that I really want to tell all of you, is that all your daily actions that you're doing and the things that Amber was talking about being non-negotiable, whether you do them or don't do them is really up to you. Whether you do them consistently or inconsistently is totally up to you, but it's your business. But if you want to succeed, the successful coaches in this business do it consistently. And when they do it consistently, they not only get better, but they get more comfortable and confident with it. And they rock. And then once you do that and you see that success and you get to go on these trips and you go to Super Saturday and you get a ticket to Summit or whatever it is, then you're fully all in. And then you say, oh, I get it. I get why Mindy's obsessed 4 years later still with coaching. And, the biggest thing is that, I've told a lot of coaches this lately. I told my husband the other day, if you're talking to 5 people, the same 5 people, and you keep getting the word no, it's going to be depressing. So we need to keep asking more people. Ask 5 people a day. Eventually, the theory and it's just not even theory. It's going to happen. If you ask 5 people a day to join you and you post consistently on social media 3 times a day and you do it for 6 months, even a month, eventually somebody's going to get interested. But if you do it for a day, and then you forget the next day, and then you go 5 days without doing it, then you do it for 3 days, and then you say that, then obviously you're not going to have anything where you can really gauge or calculate your success. I've been watching the coaches that are, who for 4 years of being a coach, who have done this, and they consistently post on social media. They consistently invite. They consistently are product of the product. They consistently attend the events. They consistently engage with their team and other coaches. They consistently step out of their comfort zone, and they consistently build their story with more and more chapters, and then inspire people along the way as they change. So I just really urge you is to get out there, be the CEO of your business, treat your business like a business. Like I said, it's up to you what calls you get on, how much time of the day you spend learning things about coaching. The deal is, I honestly feel like Amber said, when we became coaches, there was none of this. There was no Zoom calls. My coach didn't do a getting started right call with me. She just texted me and was like, do this. So I did it. Send me your goals. I did it. There was I didn't even do the coach training academy. She didn't tell me to do personal development. I just figured out as I went. And sometimes I think that new coaches are doomed because there's so much information and you feel like you have to learn it all. I just got in there and did it. And I'm telling you, I had a call with Brandon the other day and I was sharing the screen with him on some of my coaches. And if you go into the Living a Design Life or something album where it's all my coach opportunity posts, if you start from the first post, and I'm seeing it on this day because it's, right past my 4-year anniversary. The things that I did for the first probably 9 months as a coach were just literally atrocious. Somehow I was successful, but so many coaches really think that you just have to have the perfect post. Like I have great posts. I'm so open. The thing is, it was really ugly and messy up until then. I didn't really get good at writing and sharing my story openly until probably 18 months in. So the thing is, don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to Jill Summers. Don't compare yourself to Amber. Don't compare yourself to anybody but just yourself from the day before, and ask yourself, am I getting a little bit more confident? Am I getting a little bit more, have a better ability to reach people and invite them? And the thing is, the more people you invite, the more chance you're going to have people saying yes. If you only invite the same 5 people and wait on them, they may never come around. And if that happens, you can get discouraged and not be here a year from now. And whenever they are ready, when their timing is right, whenever they get that call from the doctor that says that it's life or death, that they need to do something, they're going to turn to me or Amber or somebody who's going to be here in 4 years from now. So just make sure that you're here. And that's the only thing I keep saying to people over and over and over again. So
I know that people are watching and they may not say anything. I've had people that have waited 2+ years, never liked my post, commented, like anything. And then they just show up and they're like, okay, what about this size workout and this Shakeology, or even about coaching, because they want to follow you to see if you're being consistent. And if you're being that unstoppable, exciting person, you're showing your results. You're showing little pictures of you working out. I know that my family gets involved. I know Mindy works out with her husband. You know, people are watching that and they're inspired, and they may not be ready, because I was watching my coach and I was just sitting around scared, like I said, stuck in this little comfort zone that I was in. And I thought I could walk around my block. And then finally I stepped up and I was like, okay, I need your help and I'll do this. And now look how far I've come. So don't make it hard. Don't make it hard, because it's not. We're helping people. We're helping people.
yeah.
Are you laughing at me?
Oh, Danielle posted in the chat. She said Mindy and Ryan's game of grab ass was funny yesterday. Yeah, all of our videos always include that. That's the thing. It's like, we're definitely not perfect. We just keep it real and funny.
Oh, I saw the trophy wife thing too. That was funny.
Yeah,
that was like quick thinking for me, man.
Oh, I wanted to share with you guys something that I'm going to be doing too in the 4-week training group. And this is something that even if you're not participating in, you can use this for your team, but it's like a 30-day thing that I'm going to be doing in the group. Not only the training, but it's kind of it's not part of the training. What's the word? It's just a challenge. Like, you have the 30-day photo challenge, or you have the 365 challenge for Shakeology. It's a 30-day challenge of posting stuff. It's just one post a day. Obviously, we want our coaches to post 3 to 5 times a day, but people like my husband, it's really hard to get him to post. So it's a challenge. So I thought you guys might like it and like to participate and like to use it for your team, because if you just get a coach at least one time a day to post something kind of out of their comfort zone, and you're teaching them how to do stuff on social media, use collages and shit like that, then eventually it's going to get easier. Why is Brandon and Ryan must be texting each other talking shit about me? I'm going to look at his phone later on. This happens all the time. He'll be sitting behind me and he'll be texting Melissa's husband, talking shit about me.
It had nothing to do with you. I sent him a picture of you.
What of me? Oh my God. Does anybody have anything else to say? Any gripes or complaints or anything that you just want to talk about? That's one thing I was going to start doing on these calls. Is like, I realized the other day, I'm like, I talk, the guest speaker talks, I drill in your head, don't forget this, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, bye, close the lid. And so, we are a team. So I'm really sorry for that. I'm learning as I go. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about? I mean, I want these team calls to be fun, not like let's stare at Mindy talking. She never fucking shuts up,
Get you a ball game.
Are there new coaches here? Like, who's a brand new coach? Anyone?
Dawn's a brand new coach.
How long have you been coaching, Dawn?
Oh, hold on, she's muted. Unmute. Go ahead.
I think it's I started January 4th, January 11th, 4th.
Yeah.
So I'm getting there. I think the inviting part for me is the hardest, just because it's, when I'm at work, I can be the most motivational person ever. Like, people get sickening of it. They're like, you need to stop. But when it comes to getting out of my comfort zone, I guess, being on Facebook and putting it all out there, that's where my fear is. And that, I just kind of take it one day at a time. The workouts for me are easy. Getting that consistency part with being a product of the program and that it all works, that's the easy part. The thing that's scary for me is putting it out there and letting everybody know, hey, this is what it is. I want to help you, join me, and so on and so on. So that's the hard part, I think. So
Well, and sometimes it just takes a little bit of practice, and if you can write out a script and see if it works with one person. And actually, I have like coaches that don't agree, and I don't do it consistently, but it's worked for me the last 2 months. I don't ever add people to groups. I created an event page and made it like really fun and like a spring into summer. I don't know what I named it. But anyway, I invited people, and seriously, people that have never, like I said, even shown any interest, or I haven't even personally invited, they said that they were joining. So then I messaged, hey, Crystal, so I heard that you were interested in the twin, which was like, oh, girl, now I'm working from home and I've gained all this weight and whatever. And like, bam, she bought a challenge bag. And I got hit Success Club 2 months that way. Now, I don't do it every single month, but you just kind of have to play around and see. Don't ever like be creepy and add people to groups like they do with all the other like mascara and stuff, because I can't stand that. But if you create an event and you invite somebody, they can say that they're not going. And I don't know what Mindy thinks about it, but I've done it both ways.
Yeah, I do it like that, and then it gives you a chance to, like, if they hit interested or going, you can, start up a conversation with them.
Right.
The biggest thing is that, I'll say that Dawn and Brandon are my people that I never have to be like, did you work out? Did you drink your Shakeology? Like, but,
what about me?
You don't count. You don't count. But, but I know that it's so hard to manage too. And I will say that whenever you're on point with your fitness and your eating, which Brandon and Dawn are like always on point, I understand that it's hard, especially when you're maintaining a job and other things, to also at that point learn social media and get comfortable. It's easy to do what you're good at. Working out and eating on point, you guys are good at. It takes stepping out of your comfort zone. And I'll just tell you, like, I'm serious. I'm going to show you guys right here where is it at? I'm going to show you. Go take a look here on my Facebook page under the albums. And you can either click on Living a Life by Design. This is where I start talking about the coach opportunity. Or you can click on Be the Change You Wish to See in the World, where I'm sharing people's transformation. Right. I shared that with Brandon the other day. I'm telling you, look at those posts and compare them to what I post now. They are seriously shitty quality collages, shitty quality descriptions, shitty quality invitations, shitty. But if I didn't do it shitty, I would never learn how to do it better. And I would, it's still not great, but I'm getting a lot better than I was. And I'm a lot better than anybody who just started. But you will always be, 10 steps behind me if you stand exactly where you are. That's why I tell everyone, and I've been giving a lot of coaches, little assignments. Like I gave Brandon an assignment to post, and then I gave him a little nudge, and he did it, and it wasn't so bad. And so I tell everyone that it's so scary to step out of your comfort zone, but I swear to God, you never die from it. Like Ryan said tonight, oh my God, I actually ate more vegetables than I am even supposed to. And he's like, and I didn't die. And that's the thing, is there's so many things that are scary out there, but I promise you it gets easier. Just like your workouts, you get stronger, you get better at it. You will get better. So anyways, that's what I was going to share with you, that I'm doing that social media kind of challenge within the training to kind of give people an idea of what to post and get familiar with, the picture collages and stuff. Tara is on the call, and I wanted to congratulate her. Ginger, her coach, just went Emerald when she sponsored Tara. Hey. And then Tara went Emerald today. She signed 2 coaches, and I did her Getting Started Right call with her and Ginger the other day, and I knew that she was going to be badass. She had already went through all the training on her own before she even got her challenge back, was telling everybody, started videos, all sorts of stuff. I mean, I was impressed. But she had a question today about or not today, but just a second ago in here about what you do approaching people from the gym. And that's one thing, is I recently approached a Korean adoptee that I met on Instagram who is a trainer about, coaching. And, at first she was kind of leery because she was like, she had a different perception of what coaches were versus what we really are. And so she's been on my Coaching is Not Selling series that I'm doing, which another little shameless plug-in is Sunday's the last call at 4 my time. So if you have people who are on the fence about coaching, invite them to get on that call. Because as I really don't want to be talking to myself at 4 o'clock on a Sunday. So hopefully there'll be people on there. But, once she listened to that and heard what coaches were, what coaches really do, what our team's mission is, and then we got on a call on Saturday, and I told her, I'm like, you may have your own routine down, you may have your own supplements, but Shakeology is a nutrition supplement. It can really enhance your health. These containers that we have, the eating plan, can help you, get your results, and can help your people that you're training get results on the days that they can't make it to the gym. And I explained that to them. So the biggest thing is that you obviously, if people have something going, and that's the one thing that I ask in the kind of the pre-interview of any new challenger, is I always ask them, are you following any gym or any exercise or diet plan, and what's worked and what hasn't worked? Those are the first two questions I ask people when I'm getting started with them. And so if they have a routine down, then I make sure I'm very, very careful about that. But then that's when I really push the Shakeology and 21-day fix, because a lot of people were like me, went to the gym and would come home and eat a burger or drink beer or smoke a cigarette on the way to the gym, smoke a cigarette on the way back like I would do, and have no concept, and just, so, and a lot of people's idea of fit is different than our fit. And I've heard people say, this guy's a gym rat, and he's went for years and he couldn't even do P90X. P90X hard. Well, his idea of going to the gym was, like working on the elliptical. So the thing is, you don't want to insult them, but you want to find something that will enhance and fill the gaps in what their routine already is. And then I really talk about the supplements, and that's the same thing if you're going into a gym and you're really giving them the coach opportunity and asking them if they would be interested in having a shake and share there, or this and that, is that you're wanting to share with people. And the same thing when you're inviting challengers or coaches, find out what is missing in their life, and then find how Beachbody can fit in those gaps and fill those voids. And that's exactly what I've been talking about on the coach opportunity call series. So I hope I answered your question right. And if anybody else has any suggestions, that's fine. But I don't know, same thing with runners. Dawn was a big runner, so I was kind of like, when she was a challenger, I was like not trying to change anything that she was doing, because it works for her. She loves to run. She does marathons. As we talked about a lot of things. And so, like T25, and like her and I are going to do 22 hardcore together. Those are the things that are going to enhance her running and her endurance. Like, I wouldn't tell her to go do hammer and chisel, because that would literally, I had somebody who was a runner that they saying, oh, I want to do hammer and chisel. And I'm like, you just said you're a runner. You will lose flexibility. It's not going to work. She's like, oh, okay. And so the biggest thing is we have such a broad spectrum of products. And, and then, I talk to the runners about hydrate and, energize, especially in the mornings. The people who run in the mornings, energize is really great. People who do like to lift heavy, they can use the recover and recharge. So the thing is, building relationships with people, asking questions, and finding out what their goals are and what their need is. You can always fit Beachbody and our products in it to enhance their life. And when you look at it as that we're enhancing your life and we're giving you a gift and an opportunity, then it's easier to present. And the way I look at it is, if you're going to say no to me, then I'm still going to be here whether or not you say no. And honestly, I was telling Ryan a story the other day about somebody who gave me a run for my money with a different way of saying no. And I thought, that I have two choices. I said, you know what? Challenge accepted. And it literally didn't take very long to get a yes. So it just depends on how your brain's wired, and you can rewire your brain at any point in time. So does anybody have anything else? Oh, Daniel said, the more questions you ask, more questions you ask and then listen, the less objections you will get. And the one thing too is, like Bonnie Engel was saying on the coach opportunity call the other day, and this is what I've always did in 2012 or 2013. If somebody says no to me, I, in the next couple of days, formulate a post that basically counteracts their objection. Because I think all of you, sometimes in messages, you don't want to be really pushy or argumentative, because it can come across weird on messages. And sometimes even in person, you talk to people, and this happens in fights with just people, your husband or wife or something, you walk away and you're like, shit, why didn't I say that? So it's really great to use your Facebook page as a way to battle objections, and also educate people at the same time. And you just understand you'll get better at it. You can always go through my albums, like I said, and I will say around 2013, mid 2013, that's when the posts started getting good. So you can use some of the verbiage I used there. Same thing with the Shakeology thing. Like I said, the first 18 months was just shit posts talking about, it was a lot of stock images, but I have some really epic posts in 2013 about Shakeology that you can use those. Anyways, so I hope that everything that we share with you means that you won't waste 18 months of your life where you ever have to tell your team that, hey, the first 18 months was just shit. That's all I have to say. I know I said a lot. He's picking right here. Oh, yeah. Since Amber was talking about the cruise, if you're not on the Punta Cana, it sounds like such a bad word.
It is.
But if you're not on the Punta Cana wait list, definitely do it. How many of you are on the Punta Cana wait list?
Because, yeah, spots will become available because they're making you hit, we're at 30 Success Club points, right? So some people will come off if they didn't hit by after March, first quarter in April. So then more spots are going to become available.
And the great thing is, I think for people that, missed the boat on getting registered right away, it is kind of nice because you didn't pay the registration fee. You get to sit there and then it gives you a goal date to hit it by. Yeah, hit Success Club. I'm tired.
Yeah. So everyone hit Success Club, and in this month we have less than a week, and go hard.
Yeah, if you're a new coach, you're going to hear Success Club, Success Club, Success Club so much that you're just tired of hearing Success Club. You're going to be like, shit, I'm just going to hit Success Club so I don't have to hear or say it again. And we only say this because it is the building blocks of your business, and it will help you reach your goals. And when you hit Success Club, that means you're changing lives. And the thing is, I want all of my people on my team to change lives so that they get that first text or that call or that Facebook message that says, you changed my life. Thank you. Because once you get that, you will totally get it, and you will just be a lifer. And, I've seen it happen myself and within the team. And so that's why Success Club is so important, and to teach you that these Success Club points are just a way for you to gauge your success and benchmarks and have goals to set. But most of all, to always remember they represent lives. And
if you're enrolled and you hit Success Club, you get free leads. And so that's just free money coming into your pocket from someone across the country that you don't even know. I mean, you'll get leads as an enrolled anyway, but you get the Success Club leads. And people will go, buy 2 bags of Shakeology or whatever, and you get the commission for that. So, hey.
Yep.
And they may become a coach one day.
I did a report a couple months ago, and because I was hitting Success Club 10 and I was, Emerald rank or above, I made that. I don't remember what month it was, but it was the end of last year. I made $300 or $400 that month just off of Success Club leads. Mm-hmm. And I ended up getting 15 leads altogether, Success Club and customer leads. So it obviously does pay off. I connected today with one free lead today, and she's actually into health and fitness. So I'm hoping to really hear back from her. She accepted my friend request. She didn't respond to my message yet, but it's hit or miss, but it gives you more opportunity to find people. Kelly Wells, that's on our team, one of our new coaches, she was a customer lead. You can build great relationships with people. So anyways, if you need anything, let me know. Please invite as many people as you can to the last call on Sunday, because literally I'm hoping, I thought, God, why did I do it 4 on Sunday? Maybe that wasn't smart, but I don't want to be talking to myself because then I'll feel like a big loser. But yeah, see if anybody wants to join that has any questions. And then next Tuesday, we have Lindsay Catarnio. I think a lot of you will like her. A lot of you speak her language more than mine. So, okay. See y'all.
Bye.